The Premier admitting today the risk is just too high for students to return to school as planned. Elementary schools in southern Ontario will remain closed for in-person learning for an additional 2 weeks. The Ford government pointing to new data showing a concerning rise in COVID cases in children. Classrooms across the province will remain empty next week, and the numbers behind the decision are stark. 1 in 5 children under the age of 13 who are tested in this province are testing positive, marking a positivity rate well above the provincial average at almost 20%.
I will never, ever put our kids in jeopardy. I will protect our kids at all cost.
Online learning will be extended in southern Ontario regions, including Toronto, Peel, and York, until at least January 25th, the same day secondary school students are scheduled to return. Ontario's medical officer of health calling it a necessary step.
In the fall, when we opened up the schools, we said we're doing okay. We're only having 200 to 300 cases a day in the province. 200 to 300 cases a day. That seems like a long time ago. Now we're looking at every day over 3,000 and 3,500 today. I'm concerned we may jump up to 4,000.
It is not the news parents wanted to hear, but it's not unexpected either.
This is really enraging. The Ford government knew this was going to come, knew this was going to happen.
Parent action groups have been calling for safer school measures to be implemented since September, demanding smaller class cohorts of 15 kids maximum and upgraded ventilation systems.
It needs to be clear that this is their responsibility to prevent, that it was totally preventable, and that they did not take action that they needed to take.
Remote learning has proven to be challenging for some families who are working from home and for essential workers who can't stay home with their kids.
I'm horrified. I don't know how parents are going to survive and their children. I've heard horror stories of what people have been going through virtually with their children. My husband was having to basically give up his job for the full day because he wasn't able to do this work and he had to focus on our daughter.
Teachers' union saying they would much rather be back in classes face-to-face learning, but this is the right decision.
They are frustrated in many respects with virtual learning as it is now without all of the supports they need. But at the end of the day, we need to be doing everything we can to ensure the health and safety of everyone involved in our public education system.
The opposition calling for financial supports for parents who need to stay home, including paid family care days.
Many families are going to be forced again now to make a choice about whether they, miss a paycheck or they can stay home with their children. And that is no choice at all.
In Northern Ontario, elementary and secondary school students will return for in-person learning on January 11th as scheduled, since case numbers in those regions remain low. For City News, I'm Tina Yazdani.